School's a scam because it operates in a vacuum.
Problem with school is it don't teach you how to be successful. That's the problem.
There's no need even to have a college degree at all, or even high school.
The entire purpose of a good university is to give you a foundation to fail.
Have you ever been curious about why we go to school? Or who created school and why? Most people think that the main reason we go to school is to learn and to gain knowledge. But that's not true. From the moment we join school, school has been training us. School has been teaching us something very crucial for our survival. But we never realized what it was. And that thing is obedience, or I shall call it the fear of the superiors. In this video, I'll uncover the dark truth about school. By the end of this video, you'll realize that we don't live our life according to the ways we want, but we live according to the system that has been created by someone. And all that school has been doing is training us to fit into the system. Let us now time travel back to the past and see how it all happened. In the 19th century, between 1830 and 1840, Horace Mann developed the modern educational system. Apparently, the modern school system was created to educate all children regardless of region or district or background. However, when we dive deeper into it, we find that Horace Mann's ideas were largely based on Prussian's educational system. This takes us back to 14th October 1806. The Prussians were defeated by Napoleon's French forces in the Napoleonic Wars. The Prussian educational system was significantly enhanced after Prussia's defeat in the Napoleonic Wars. The Prussian educational system was designed to instill obedience and discipline in young people, producing citizens who were devoted to the state and could become obedient soldiers, workers, and clerks who would fear their superiors. Initially, the Prussian educational system was to train young men to be obedient soldiers who would not run away in a battle. However, the concept of Prussian's educational system, or the modern schooling system, continued to evolve through the 20th century with various educational reforms. Now it had reached to a point that school is not only a place to train young people to become obedient soldiers, but it has also become a place that creates working class or middle class men who could follow orders from their superiors. We go to school, we go to university, get a decent job, a nice house and a car, get married, send the kids to school and die a dignified death. And the children follows the same cycle. Go to school, go to university, get a job, a nice house and a car, get married, send their kids to school and die a dignified death. This is the life we are taught to aspire by the so-called modern schooling system. We cannot conclude that it is right or it is wrong, but we have to admit that it is not a unique way of our thinking. It's just a way we are conditioned into. We are born and brought up wanting to achieve those things. But how did we end up like this? Here's how it happened. School gives you assignments, conducts exams, and tells you to maintain 80 to 90% attendance, and also tells you to follow all the rules of the school. This is to encourage students to think and reason in a certain way to achieve certain results. In school, students have assignments, they have exams, students are asked to maintain 80 to 90% attendance, and there are rules and regulations to be followed by the students. Likewise, in capitalistic world, employees have extra work apart from their 9-to-5 work. They also work hard to get promotion, and employees needs to maintain 80 to 90% attendance. And there are rules and regulations to be followed by the employees. Basically, what school did here is that it teaches us how to fit into that system. The school is subconsciously preparing the students to be obedient employees in the capitalistic world, to be punctual and diligent, In this way, most students fall into the category of working class or the middle class, where they receive average salary. Here comes the dark truth about the capitalistic world. You might have wondered why employees get mean salaries. It's not because the capitalist doesn't have enough money, but it's just to trap working class to continue their life working for the capitalist and remain as a middle class man till their death. But what will happen if the employees get high salaries? Obviously, they'll stop working after earning a considerable amount, which will be sufficient for their lifetime. That is why capitalists give average salaries to their employees, which will be sufficient for their daily survival, to meet their daily demands, but not for their whole life. In this way, the working class continue to work for the capitalists because they cannot sustain themselves once they quit their jobs. Thus, the capitalist gets richer and richer while the working class continue to remain as a middle class. This way of our life, this system was created by man. And school is such an essential part of the system. We go to school because we are conditioned to this way of life, to this system. Modern school system is not only for learning and gaining knowledge. It's a place where young people are trained to become citizens who are obedient, respectful, and are able to do repetitive work. We live in a capitalistic world, and school teaches us to become mindless, obedient employees in this capitalistic world. Nonetheless, we are masters of our own destiny, and we have the choice. This video is not to discourage students who are going to school or not to encourage students to stop going to school. It's simply an exploration of the dark truth that exists in the system that we live. It's crucial to recognize the dark truth about school. By recognizing this, we can work towards an educational system that promotes independent thought, values practical experience, and encourages the pursuit of individuals' passion and interest. And I firmly believe that school is definitely the best place to discover your passion and interest. But if you are someone who is struggling at school or who hates going to school or college, then check out this video right here where I talk about how initially I hated college so much, but later I became a student who loves going to school, who loves going to college every day just by doing 3 things.